Hey everybody, it's Seth and Paul of the Everything Money Channel. Welcome in. I am in freezing Ohio with a foot of snow outside. Paul is in beautiful Mexico. Paul, those trees behind you look astounding, and you look equally as astounding. Look, how are you, my friend?
I'm surprised you didn't want me to face the ocean because it's right over there. And I started to move, and you said, no, I want the trees behind you. I'm like, oh, I guess
Well,
trees are
so
better
the,
than
the light
ocean.
will hit you nice, but we will show the ocean before this episode's over for sure, Paul. Guys,
Oh,
welcome in. Thanks for joining us on the channel, guys. Again, the world is shut down where I am here in Ohio. Paul, Texas is all shut down. They got a quarter inch of snow, and people are just jumping off buildings and having a tough time. But we got together today. We got together today over Zoom to bring you some information, as we do every week. I have to give a shout out to all of our wonderful new subscribers all over the world. We love you guys. And our patron, Paul, the patron count is absurd. We're close to 1,000. I never thought it would happen. We will mention more about the Patreon that we're offering later in this episode.
You literally never thought it would happen?
I mean, we were looking up to some people who had some large Patreon communities, and we're like, wow, how would we ever get to that? And sure enough, we're there already. So it's only been 3 or 4 months. Or how long has it been, Paul? 3 months? It's incredible.
Yeah, November was our first month, or October? October, I think, was our first month.
Incredible. Today, we're going to look at penny stocks. Paul, it seems like it seems like there's lots of YouTube channels that are focused on investing in finance, and they're always pushing penny stocks. I don't know if normal people know much about them. I want to take a very stupid approach to this, me being the stupid guy. Like, what are these things? Why are people so interested in them? What risks are involved? The most I know is like the Wolf of Wall Street and the penny stocks they were pushing in that movie, which we both love. But I'd love to get your thoughts on what are penny stocks? What do people do with them? Why are people investing? Why is it such a big topic on YouTube, Paul?
So penny stocks, I've heard some people say that penny stocks are any stocks selling for under $5. I don't think that's true. I think it's any stock selling in the pennies, which is under $1. So I look at this and I think to myself, why do people get attracted? Why do people get excited about it? Well, they get excited about it because it's easy for a stock to go from 30 cents to 50 cents. It's much easier for a stock to go up 20 cents than it is to go up $20. Even though it's the same percentage, it takes more effort to go from $30 to $50. So everyone thinks they can buy these penny stocks and make a killing and do really well and have big fluctuations that go. To which I say, sure, but a company that's already selling for pennies probably has a reason why it's selling for pennies. Now, does that mean that if a stock is selling for pennies, it's not worth it? No. The best investor I know, Gary, part of his portfolio was a penny stock that has gone up like several hundred percentage points, and he really believes in it. And it was at 53 cents when he bought, and now it's at like $2 and some, and he still thinks it's worth more money. So it's all still about, at the end of the day, doing the fundamentals. The other thing about penny stocks is the volume tends to be very low. So any sort of big volume buying into it or selling can really fluctuate the prices back and forth a ton. So who knows what it is, what it does, all that stuff. It's just people get excited about it because they think themselves, oh, I bought this thing for 30 cents and now it goes to 50 cents. I made 66%. Yeah, that's great. But you have to also look at the other side about why are they selling for pennies to begin with.
Paul, we saw some news just in the past couple of weeks, this idea that somewhat, I guess, troubling news that penny stock companies were approaching very famous YouTubers, and the idea was that these YouTubers were buying into these stocks and then promoting them to their several 100,000, if not million, subscribers out there. Are we in this world now? We've been in this world, Paul, for a couple years where it seems like fundamentals haven't mattered, and a declining economy has not mattered to the value of things. Are we in a world where these stocks are sort of getting traded like, again, maybe fundamentals don't matter. They're just getting traded with like kind of like baseball cards, the rise and fall of value and what people are perceived. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, of course. And that's when you see these things like this happen, when you see the average Joe buying penny stocks. The same thing happened in 2000. People were so excited about tech. And then they also get the pennies because everything was going up. It's just, this is the reality of the world right now. And that's fine. But over the long haul, I do believe that value does matter. It's been proven time and time again over thousands and thousands of years that hype does not last forever. And eventually things change. So we just have to wait for that cycle to finish out. And that's that.
What do you say when people say, Paul, what penny stocks are you in, or what penny stocks should I get in?
I do not trade. I'm not in any penny stocks. Doesn't mean I won't be, but I'm not in any penny stocks. And for you, the average person, do not invest in penny stocks. If you want to trade them, go learn from Trader Mo and how to read charts to trade, how to use momentum to trade. But I would not buy them based on fundamentals unless you're willing to do really, really deep investigation and thorough analysis.
Do you think normal people are looking to do deep investigation beyond just looking at the price of a stock and maybe hearsay?
Do I think people people want the easy way out usually, which is fine. And I actually do believe that the easy way can work out very, very well as long as the easy way is based on some fundamentals. It's been proven time and time again. If you just pick a few fundamental parameters that you stick to and buy stocks that fit those fundamentals, you'll beat the market. The question becomes when those fundamentals in the short run, 3 or 4 or 5 years, like the little book that beats the market, right? Are any of those penny stocks, Seth?
No, they all have a market cap. I mean, at least the ones that I suggested were over 500 million. Now, so what is the typical market cap for a penny stock company?
That's a good question. Do you want me to do a little research right now on Y charts and see that? Actually, it's a really good question, Seth. Should we look it up?
Go ahead, Paul. Yeah, I mean, we can show it up here.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a stock screener here. And I'm going to clear this all out. Let's go to a new stock screener. Let's go reset all. Let's go to filter. Let's go to price less than $1. Submit 7,600. And then let's remove duplicates. Let's add market cap. Submit. I mean, some of these don't even have market cap. So let's see here. Let's actually filter. Let's actually do this a little bit. Let's get rid of market cap. Let's do filter. Market cap greater than $1. Submit. 5,740. Now let's export these and get an average for all of these. So we're going to open this up. So what I'm going to do now is take the average in millions. Market cap is 356 million. The median, which is the middle number, half are above and half are below, is 6.5 million. So it just shows these are vastly, half of the penny stocks in Y Charts database are below $6.5 million market cap. I mean, these are very, very, very small companies. Our company is bigger than that. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, this is clearly a very small, and you're looking at volume to change things. It's just too risky of a play. You might even lack liquidity. If all of a sudden you want to sell the stock, but there's nobody trading the shares, what do? You can't even get out of the stock at that point. So these are the risks but it is exciting. It's so exciting to be able to buy these things and see them go up 2 pennies and all of a sudden you make 20%. But that's not the point. The point is you'll make more money in the long run doing the fundamentals. Now, if you're going to be a very, very conscious investor like Gary and go do thorough analysis and buy these companies based on liquidation value, something like that, more power to you. But even I'm not willing to do that. So I just avoid them. I stay within my sphere of influence. And my sphere of influence is focusing on companies that have reliable cash flows, that have a good business, that are well known. And Gary disagrees with me on this one. He thinks I should look for smaller companies. I like bigger companies that are going to be around a long time because I'm pretty lazy. I don't want to do as much work as Gary does. So I'm willing to admit that. And that's what works for me because I want to be able to sell options on those companies as well. On penny stocks, you can't do that. Penny stocks is just the exciting thing that people go for to try to make a quick buck. And you know how I feel about making a quick buck.
Yeah, I mean, how much of this has changed, Paul, that we can now buy portions of companies? When did they implement this? I swear only last year you couldn't buy like 0.1% of a Tesla stock or something of that nature. But now, I look at my Fidelity app and it asks me if I want to buy stocks or dollars, and then I can buy percentages. So I can get in on companies that are quote unquote expensive. How much of this rage about the penny stocks was the fact that they were just affordable, right? I can just buy them as opposed to like Berkshire Hathaway over 300 grand per stock. When did they start this? Do you think this is what people really like about the idea of like making quick money at a small price?
Well, it's exciting to think you can buy 10,000 shares of something at 20 cents each. It's $2,000 versus you're going to buy, one share of Amazon at $3,400. You know what I mean? I get that. It's just people always think, they don't like saying, I remember our Algebra 2 teacher in high school not liking Nike stock because it was too expensive. What that meant was he couldn't buy a ton of shares because it was selling for like $50 a share back then. What matters is deploying this set amount of capital. If you're spending $10,000, it doesn't matter if you're buying 10,000 shares or one share. What matters is you're deploying $10,000. If you're putting it's just like we talked about with market cap versus price of the stock. Everybody looks at price of the stock. What matters is market cap because they can alter how many shares outstanding at any time. So these are the things that to sit there and think about. And we're trying to teach as part of this ongoing process of teaching about money is that we want to teach about values what you get, prices what you pay. That's the big thing. So when you're buying these penny stocks, it's exciting to think you're buying something for 20 cents. It's funny. I'm scared buying something like that. I go, why would I ever want a company that's so bad at selling for that? And I'm not willing to do the research to determine if it's worth 20 cents a share. That's the big thing.
Yeah, if this resonates with you guys and you're interested in learning more, what we were talking about before is our Patreon. Our Patreon, we just started a couple months ago. We have 900 some odd. Paul's at 950. It's incredible. We have so many patrons now. We've created a like-minded community of people who think like this. If you're drawn to non-hype stocks, more of the turtle versus the hare, we're the tortoise, the slow-driven, disciplined approach to gaining wealth over your life. You can join our Patreon. The tiers, every time we make a new tier, guys, they fill up and we create new communities. The top tiers, you get to interact with Paul. You get to interact with Trader Mo, our momentum trader expert, our day trader expert. And we offer Patreon-only content, videos, giveaways, tours of Paul's mansions, homes, and watches. And, of course, Paul, this year we're giving away 2 Teslas. Our promo videos in 2 weeks. We'll put that out, Paul. That'll be fun to shoot. But, yeah, what are your thoughts on Patreon, Paul? What are the patrons getting?
Man, these patrons are, listen, the most common comment we get is best investment out there. And I'm not just saying that, Seth, I know you talked to somebody who literally was crying on a video with you saying, this changed my life. Yeah. I mean, of course, everybody thinks that their product is the best. I'm not saying that. I'm sitting there saying we provide a good value. And with our software, which I can share with you right here, Seth.
Yeah, go ahead.
As you can see right here, do you see the software right now?
Yep.
I mean, this software is incredible. You can look up tons of companies. You can look up, Microsoft. It'll give you the chart, income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, 8 pillars. It'll have all the checks, marks, and X's for you. Guys, if you want to learn and get serious about investing, this is the way to do it. And we're going to be around for a very long time. I'm always going to be adding more to the site. We're going to add momentum trading to this, personal finance stuff, a real estate analysis software. We're going to be adding more and more. And the earlier you get in, whatever level you are on the Patreon, that provides it for free. You get the software at that price forever as long as you're a Patreon member. So, of course, I'm building this to focus on Patreon and our patrons. We almost have 1,000 right now, and it's just incredible. I love it. I'm really happy I did this, and onward and upward.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure you tickle that thumbs up, give us a subscribe. This is the first time you've seen us, and we do like 20 videos a week. We go live twice a week, and so if you're interested in more and learning from Paul,
we don't do like 20 videos a week. We do 21 videos a week, 3 a day, 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 7 p.m., all Eastern time. We do this because we know this is providing great content, and this is just the start. I mean, I know we only have 18,500 or some subscribers, but we're on our way to 1 million.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Good luck on those penny stocks. Paul says stay away. I'm not touching them either. But yeah, thanks for joining us. We love you guys. See you.